Good morning, children. Today we will resume with our chapter Mineral and Power Resources. Previously, before the vacations, also we learnt this chapter till the mineral resources. Now we will start with the power resources. So, before starting to the power resources, I would like to revise the chapter, this chapter especially, once again from the beginning. So, let's begin. So we have learned that what are minerals? Minerals are homogeneously occurring substance with definite structure. That doesn't make sense to you anymore, to you, because it's so how do you understand mineral in your language? Like you know about the rocks. What are rocks? Rocks are made up of minerals. Rocks are made up of minerals. If you see, there is a single rock, and inside the rocks are the earth is made up of rocks, and it combines many minerals. Like I am drawing with different symbols, different type of minerals, another mineral, and then another mineral, and this mineral again, the minerals like this. So this way the rock is an aggregate of minerals. This piece is called a rock, and it is made up of several minerals. Now the rock minerals, the rocks in which the minerals, one type of mineral is found in large quantity, like this type of rock, where say suppose this represents iron. Here in this rock, iron is found in large quantity than any other mineral. So this will be called as the ore of iron, and only this ore will be mined. The rocks are mined from the earth. You have learnt about the three types of mining. What are the open cast, shaft, and the quarrying. So depending upon the depth, quarrying, and then the drilling. These are the four types of this mining. So open cast means when you go inside the earth, dig the earth, you have to go to a very little depth and you will find the mineral here. This is called open cast. But when you have to go deep inside, this is called the shaft mining. And quarrying is simply taking out the minerals from the surface, is called quarrying. And when the minerals like this iron ore, petroleum, natural gas, which are in liquid or gaseous form, they can be taken out by drilling the pipe inside the earth. So this way some minerals like petroleum and natural gas can easily be taken out by drilling. So drill karke they put the pipe inside where the minerals are, and they simply take it out from the surface of the earth. So this is how we are only going. This is also rock, but this rock is the ore of a particular mineral. So that is the difference between the rocks and the ore. This is the basic. The only one mineral found in large quantity, the rocks becomes the ore of that mineral. Otherwise, all the rocks are made up of minerals. Now the minerals are of two types: metallic and non-metallic. So metallic and non-metallic means the minerals, the rocks which when processed will give metals. Minerals which can be converted into metals are called metallic minerals. And the minerals which are used in either raw form, means they cannot be converted into the metals, they are used in raw form, means जैसे निकाले जाते हैं वैसे यूज़ करते हैं. Like you have limestone, stone, gypsum, mica, coal, petroleum, petroleum, natural gas. All these minerals are used in a in raw form. So the minerals which can be converted into metals are called metallic minerals, and the minerals which are used in raw form are called non-metallic minerals. Now metals, what are metals? Metals are hard substances. You must have seen in your house, if you go inside your kitchen you will find many metals to see. Otherwise metals are there in everywhere, but especially in kitchen, when you see steel utensils and aluminum utensils, iron utensils, they all are metals. Even the iron doors, if you are having the iron, this window panes are there. So all these substances, they are called metals. So they are hard substances, they have the shiny surface, and then they are good conductor of heat and electricity. Good conductor of heat and electricity. So this way, these are the properties of metallic minerals. So this is the difference between the metallic minerals and the non-metallic minerals. So minerals are of two types, metallic and non. Then metallic minerals are again of two types, ferrous and non-ferrous. Now the ferrous minerals are those which contain iron in them. What does the iron do? Iron which have a little bit of iron in them are called ferrous minerals. Now there are different types of minerals found inside the earth, but many minerals are composed of iron. So if there is a little bit of iron, then it makes the difference in there. You have learnt about the metals have ductility and malleability. If you have heard of these terms, ductility and malleability. So ductility and malleability is what more in the non-ferrous minerals. So the non-ferrous minerals, if you compare, like iron is a ferrous mineral and copper is a non-ferrous mineral. So it can be converted even into wires. Iron cannot be converted into wire. So it becomes so ductile if the metal does not contain iron. If the mineral does not contain iron, it becomes more ductile. So ductility and malleability helps in converting the minerals into thin sheets. So that is why this malleability and the minerals will become more ductile, and they can be converted into wire. Like you have gold. That is why we are able to make so costly jewelry from gold and silver, because they are non-ferrous minerals. So ferrous and non-ferrous minerals, these are the two categories of metallic minerals. So we have two types of minerals, metallic minerals and non-metallic minerals. Now the metallic minerals are, there are three types of rocks: sedimentary, igneous and metamorphic. And there are three types of landforms also. What are the three types of landforms? Mountains, plateaus and plains. Mountains, plateaus and plains. So the mostly the plateaus are made up of igneous and metamorphic rocks. They are the oldest part, and they are made up here. The rocks have become so hard, igneous and metamorphic. And the plains and the mountains are generally composed of the sedimentary rocks. So mountains and plains are made up of sedimentary rocks. Now see, there are two types of minerals, metallic and non-metallic minerals. So most of the metallic minerals are found in the igneous and metamorphic rocks. and sedimentary rocks contain mostly the non-metallic minerals. Don't go upon the handwriting because it needs practice, so slowly by slowly it will improve on this screen. So this way you can say the plateaus which are composed of igneous and metamorphic rocks contains the metallic minerals, and the mountains, especially the young fold mountains, and the plains which are made up of sedimentary rocks contain the non-metallic. So this is the general distribution of minerals upon the earth. General distribution. Otherwise, all the minerals are distributed according to their if you see the continent wise, Asia, North America, if you see, there are certain minerals which are found in some continents more, and some in some continents they are not found or found in very less quantity. Australia, and then there are so many 7 continents you already know. Even on Antarctica also the minerals are found, since Antarctica is a continent land. And Asia, North America, Australia, Africa, Europe, everywhere. But there are some minerals which might be found in Europe but not in Asia. Some are found in North America and Antarctica. So the distribution of minerals differ from place to place due to the same factors like climate, topography, or whatever the factors go in making the minerals, because they differ from place to place. That is why the minerals also, the availability of minerals also differ from place to place. So this way we have the 7 continents, and in every continent there are minerals found in the different countries of these continents. Thank you. We will still revise it more in the next class.